I would think, you know what? People are going to find you. You've built the audience. You're booked out over like 2 months or something. That's absolutely amazing. Like, did you ever think you would be like, if you would have ever thought the name was a problem, did you ever think you would have the problem of being booked out 2 months?
Not at Not at all. Also want to say I appreciate you and your hard work. You definitely have helped us pave the way to get to where we're at.
Appreciate that. Thank
I
you.
definitely have to say that you are one of the people that has kept the light on for me in regards to making sure that I can see where I need to go, and any speed bumps that I hit along the way. You've helped me find my path, so I could definitely appreciate that and want to say thank you first and foremost.
All right, guys, it's Anthony Scott and Justin Schultz. Now, he's the owner of Beautiful Braids. I want you to stay tuned to the end to learn some marketing struggles, how he overcame a lot of his business challenges, and just how he had the total confidence to get started. So I guess, what started with Beautiful Braids? What is it, and how did it come about?
I actually co-own the business with my wife, Kiona. So what happened is we were looking for her kind of hairstyling to in our community. And when we started to talk about it, we realized that there's nobody really in this area that would meet the expectations that she had. So we started discussing it, and one thing led to another where we decided that, maybe we could take a shot at doing it for ourselves. Seemed to work out really well. And then as soon as we started the process, ball started rolling, and you start getting momentum and things start working out, and now here we are.
But I remember, so when you first started out, it was, we want to start, we don't know where our clients are going to come from. Let's really just start with like the bare bones. Like, did this start like on a conversation on a night out? Was it a talk over a dinner?
When you talked about things like that, about how to build clientele, those were the days, weren't they? When I came in here, like, hey, it really just started, just with a night at the dinner table, and she
Okay.
just had high expectations for certain stylists, in the Fox Valley area, and they weren't exactly what she had expected. And I want to be polite in saying this, she just didn't feel as fulfilled as she thought she should have going to get her hair done. So that's kind of where we went with that.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely noticed like identifying gaps in the market, especially if she's looking for a service that she wants to offer, you
Right.
know. Um, but yeah, I do remember those times coming in here when audience building was actually so important, and I saw such huge value in this that I even did the same thing for my own mother's company. And in noticing a trend, they weren't even teaching this to me in college, and it was like late 2019 when I graduated, so like not even that long ago. And I just had this idea of, hey, let's just have all of our friends and friends of friends, people that maybe barely know us but are cool with us, just invite all their friends to like our business. And this is how it started, building an audience for my mom's stuff, and then turning into 3,000 people pretty much from our local area. Now, every time we went to post, we didn't have to always run ads because we had an audience there. And then we started translating, like, and I'm just so glad you saw the value in that, because you were also another company, a person that just took it so serious. And like, you've even started with like audience growth like that.
Absolutely. And a lot of that was because of you, thank you. And through Kiana, she was one person that was, we have to start somewhere. We don't know where to start, but we got to go. And me just kind of being, on the internet and social media and stuff like that, I was like, well, what's a better place to start? And I knew you personally outside of this. So I was like, hey, Anthony Scott Digital, he knows what he's doing. He's been doing it for a while. So that led me to say, okay, let me come to you. Let's try and break some things down and, find out financially what we can work with. And we just took it from there, man. And with your tutelage and with your videos and the way that you were just so, a lot of people aren't as tech savvy as you are. So when it comes to social media and it comes to these, I guess, boundaries of, Google, Facebook, Instagram, all these other social media aspects, you were able to kind of break it down in layman's terms, I
I
guess,
mean, sure.
and really help me find my stride. And then once I found my stride, I was able to come back and rely on you to say, hey, what do you think about this? And you were honest. You would give me critique like, you might want to go this route, or oh, you might want to go this route, or hey, that's right on the money.
Absolutely.
So it's with the proper guidance and being able to surround yourself with people who, number one, care about what they do. Number two, have the same like-minded beliefs that they want you to succeed, and they themselves also want to succeed. Because now I know that now I have the potential and I have the momentum. When somebody asks me, "Oh, hey, what do you think about this?" Well, I can help you with this, but you know what? I know somebody else, Anthony Scott, who can really put you on the money. So,
And I mean, just from the point of to the point where you were able to grow your audience to now, like where we see value in this is being able to reach your audience without turning ads on. And I just think the whole thing of like having an audience that's there, it's like, okay, do you want to invite your friends and family? Yes, you want everybody there, okay? Because from a bottom line perspective, eyeballs are eyeballs, okay, good or bad. And it was just so to the point where you're almost becoming, and if not the second, or if not already the first, and I haven't checked in a while, but your audience is almost the first. It is getting close to the first. If it is not, you correct me if I'm wrong, but dude, he's about to have the biggest page for that business audience wise.
yeah.
So what do I think offers value to any business owner that just invests their time? Just simple stuff that I learned, through trial and error and failure. I see value in somebody who sees that as a tool for future growth, knowing that you're going to work countless hours in this business. And this is just a great way to reach people. And especially with some of that mindset going into it, back to that dinner table conversation, like, hey, we want to try, we don't know. And just having that growth mindset to keep moving forward. Where's your page at now? Like,
we're definitely up there. Yeah, we're definitely up there.
like second, third, like
Yeah.
you're almost the top spot. Like,
last time I checked Google, we were number one for search. When you search braids near me, Beautiful Braids will pop right up. Super excited about that. It's one of those things where you just continue to strategize with the market, continue to take advice, and you just try to follow the path that you think you're going to go. But number one, it's going to be your dedication.
yeah.
What is your dedication to getting to where you want to get, to getting to know your brand, getting to know the people that you deal with, and continuing to just do better and better, because it's so easy to, once you get to a certain point, to kind of stagnate. But to get to that point where you want to continue to grow, well, that takes an inner drive out of everybody.
So then Beautiful Braids actually went from a dinner conversation, lots of worry. I mean, everybody's got bills going on, but like to taking on the mindset of like a physical location. Let's talk about that. Like, what were you worried about going into an actual physical location?
Bills. just like everybody else, man. When you open up a shop, you're like, can I pay the rent? Ooh. But now it comes to a point where where we're comfortable, things are good, money's growing, the reputation is continuing to grow, people are continuing to come in the door, they're satisfied when they leave, they continue to book to come back. So that's really where it is, man. It's just having the truth and in yourself, and knowing that this is what I want to do. I plan on doing everything that we do with good intention, wanting to really provide a service to our customer, and making sure that my wife likes to call herself a hair therapist, right? So this is one of the aspects that I love about her character, is that when she goes into a style, lots of people are, oh, I don't know about this and I don't know about that. And she gets to sit with them. It's called a consultation. I'm sure you're familiar with it, but she gets to sit with them and they kind of mold and craft this idea of what they want their perfect hair to be, or what they want their perfect style to be. And with that, after that little bit of time that they take to consult, becomes a thing of beauty. And when she's done, they're happy and they get to enjoy the style, and they get to enjoy, building that relationship with one another. And for me, in a business, for people to trust you, to know that, I'm getting exactly what I paid for every time, all the time, that's where the real relationship comes in, because then it's not even a thought of, oh, where should I go? A, B, or C? Oh no, I know A is on point, you know? So
Yeah.
that's where it matters, you know?
And I think you definitely just touched on something that is important in all business is building that rapport with people. And I mean, I believe you've told me this before, but um, just for you to talk about that again, I just see the power of that, how she's getting to know everybody and building that customer relationship, and not just for the sale short term, but for more of like LTV, lifetime value client. Of somebody you actually want in your shop that's a pleasure to work with. They're happy to pay you. Not only that, they're like leaving you 5-star reviews because they're so happy. Like that is just such a dedication to 5-star service that like I could see this thing. Hey, we need a new location, or
Right.
let's do a second location.
Right. And that's,
So that's actually pretty impressive.
yeah.
I guess let's talk about your skill set as far as content, because you're not a marketer. Okay. I get it. And it's just like the artist. And I'd like to use the artist as an example because the artist is great at doing what they do, the artist. So how did you overcome like just some early content days, like feeling like you might be a caveman starting with content? Because
Right.
I mean, I was there too.
The caveman is perfect, because I felt like I was in here banging stones together when I first started. But it was something where it's that internal drive. It's that, you know, I want to be better. I want to do better. I want our business, to grow to be something better. So in order to do that, I had to learn. I had to, you know, I had to meet with people who have much more intelligence in regards to that matter than me. I had to go online and do my own research. I had to, you know, experiment with different cameras, different views, different panoramic lenses, stuff like that. And to me, you know, with your tutelage, it was a lot of help, because it was something that I was able to not so much walk through, but let's say like stumble through. And now I feel like I'm at a good pace, almost to a running, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I've went from seeing like the post that had the logo with still the background in there as a square, so it was not, it was like your logo, but it would look like a post stamp. To the point now to where you're using B-roll in your reels.
Combination of really quality service and flexible on timing and willing to work with us on splitting appointments, and also being, you know, relatively affordable compared to a lot of the alternatives. When you have my hair, you're used to like the $15 haircut, you know. I mean, when you have Isa's hair, it's like, to look the way it's supposed to look takes a lot of work and a lot of skill, and to be able to get that, yeah, sure, it costs more than my hair, but it also is affordable compared to a lot of the alternatives. And frankly, there aren't many alternatives. She comes away always happy and pleased with the way it looks. Come here if you want to feel like your aunt is doing your hair.
I love Beautiful Braids.
Just for the fact that you're using reels too for your business, which I think is just smart, because
Huge.
algorithm is just, they want to push reels, so you're going to get more views. But the way your content is like switching up too, I just think you've come leaps and bounds, just as far as you seeing the investment in yourself and your future business. So that's why, like, when I see people I work with, whether they're friends, clients, whatever, and I see them investing what I've invested, just my time and dedication to learn or master something, I will help that person because I see value in what they saw. And especially because, like, for me, even though college taught, I will tell you, college was great for the connections and a surface level skill set, but it really was about the connections and the surface level skill set, because I was learning also from, I guess, past experience. But I mean, even for me, I was there at a point where I was learning content, struggling, watching all the tutorials I could, watching free content, knowing like free content only provides so much and not a clear cut like road path. But going back to your business, to the point of just that dinner conversation, the thought of starting a business, now learning some marketing, growing some, your audience, kind of testing different contents to, I guess, where are you at now for bookings? I mean,
right now,
is that something you want to share on here?
well, right now we're at a pretty good place for bookings. We are booking months out. It's definitely by appointment only, so I can appreciate that. The walk-in possibilities or capabilities are no longer there. We have added an extra booth that we will be filling with a stylist or a barber very soon. So it's just one of those things where the growth it's definitely there. So I can appreciate it because I just remember the days of when we were like, hey, let's give this a shot. And it was a very small single room. Hey, let's see if this works out. Now we got a building. Well, now we're moving more booths into the building, and it's just something that I just see more and more growth. And I'm hoping that it continues to move in the positive direction that it is. And yeah, things are going really great.
So for my marketing mind, then I guess, did you run a consistent ad campaign? Did you, I mean, so we did share, like, you did audience, you posted a lot of content, I guess. What do you feel kind of got you there? I guess, did you spend thousands of dollars on advertising at the end of the day?
The mentality of you got to spend money to make money is huge. Okay. So you have to dictate to yourself, do you have the time to do this? Do you have the money to do this? I would say, yes, you do need money. Yes, have we spent thousands of dollars on advertising and marketing? Yes. Do I think that when I first started that I had to? No, because I was doing a very minimal amount and I was really creating the stuff by myself. And you can obviously go onto the pages of Beautiful Braids and you can see how they get better and better and better. And yeah, more money I spent, the better my stuff got. No, and that includes coming here and paying you and you delivering more to me and us really building off each other. But that was one thing that coming into Anthony Scott Digital, where it made me understand, like, if I want to move in the direction that I want to move, yes, I'm going to have to spend that dollar. Why? Because that's important for growth. Now, was it hands over fist right away? No, but that's what I plan on building to, and I plan on building even more, so that this relationship, this is, to me, as much money as that we put into it and as much time that we put into it, it's only going to grow and it's only going to get bigger and better and better. So that's how I get it.
Dude, that is so awesome to hear, because I ended up going into a lot of, creating content in the field, to being like, sought after for photography, to ad sets that started working in the home service and service-based business. And then there was a lot of like, because I'd never I guess for me, I could never think like, hey, would this work hypothetically if it's working for a client over here? Could we go to Beautiful Braids and run an ad set over here like this? And I'm excited for some of the new stuff we're going to do with, our ads we're going to run, especially just coming off of the wind of having some other personal successes with another local service-based company. So I'm excited to put that knowledge to work for your stuff too.
and you can definitely tell with the knowledge that you have, you have a whole bunch of different businesses that you work with, but you can find little tweaks, little things here, little things there that can add to every business. You might use this for this business and then move it to this business, but it has that twist that just makes it different. It makes it just perfect.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that you do, I mean, you just add your special touch to it, and that's what makes it happen. So it's one of the things for us where it's the same thing. It's the same with us. Anybody can cut your hair, but, can anybody make you feel this kind of way when you get your hair cut? Do you feel like you're coming into empowerment? Do you feel like you're in a safe place? It's all about the specialty touch that you have to it that makes what you're doing is important.
And then I feel like, do you see the value in catching every client that comes in's like email and text message, and why or why not?
I do, because that allows you to essentially touch base with them. They can give you positive, negative feedback, and it just allows you to become more of a personal touch. It allows you to conversate easier. Sometimes a phone call is not easy to make every day. Sometimes it's hard to, return phone calls. We all have lives. We all have things we have to do. It's real quick to throw a message out. So it's one of those things that I think it's important, especially when it comes to having customers come back and then being able to have that response, because, there's a lot of times where we have automatic responses to our stuff where it just sets the tone. It lets them know that, hey, we acknowledge you. We will be right with you as soon as we can. It lets you know when you have email and stuff like that. It lets you relay a quick message to where you can let people know that we appreciate your service and we appreciate you coming back. And thank you so much for your hospitality. Thank you so much for just being one of our valued customers. So I think that having that email and those phone numbers is crucial, because it really allows you to set more of a, I don't know, I guess a customized tone, if you'd say.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's awesome to hear. I just was kind of like wanted to hear, just to get that question out to everybody, just as far as like seeing the value of everybody, to get that feedback. And then I know for me, that's helped me pivot, or that's helped me be better prepared for my customers, my clients. So I guess, what do you see as a future struggle?
Well, I mean, the thing, especially with what you were talking about, there needs to be a sense of trust. Me dealing with you, I have that trust that knows that you're putting your best foot forward in what's best for my business. Now, I also have that trust in myself that knows you can do this. Listen to the tutelage, listen to the advice, and jack of all trades, master of none. You know what I'm saying? Where it's one of those things where, yeah, you're getting pretty good at this, but you know what? Let's listen to other people's advice. Let's try and take in as much information as knowledge as we can. Hair industry is such a competitive industry where a lot of people don't have the mindset of we all can grow. Everybody around us needs their haircut. Everybody around us likes to do color and braiding. And there's so many different avenues to hairstyles where we could all work together and build a significant value to this Fox Valley area. I mean, even to Wisconsin. So it's one of these things where, especially in your stance, where sometimes you have to take the reins and sometimes you have to settle back into the reins and just trust the process. As long as you have a good circle around you, you're going to grow no matter what. As long as you have the positive mindset, as long as you have the stance for growth, you're going to grow. And it's one of those things where you can't be afraid to make the decisions that might hurt a little bit, because you have that understanding that I'm only going to move forward. So if I do take 2 steps back, it's coming with 4 steps forward. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be minor setbacks, but there's also things where you have to understand that this is part of a building block. This is how you build.
Absolutely. Well, with Beautiful Braids being your name, I can just only imagine, I guess, is that all you do?
No, that's actually part of the name that I love the most, because that is what we specialize in. We do specialize in braiding and hair extension and natural hair care services. But we also do cut, styling, conditioning, pretty much everything your, standard salon would do, is what we do. And it's the same thing where we want everybody to know that all hair textures, styles, they're all welcome. It's one of the things that we are actually building on, is letting people know that you don't just come for braids. You don't just come for extensions. As much as we love to do that, that's our specialty service, is that we welcome everyone for all around salon services.
That's awesome. And I mean, do you see any like extra marketing you might have to do because your name's Beautiful Braids, as far as branding? Like, you're like, oh man, we want everybody to know. But I mean, I would think, you know what? People are going to find you. You've built the audience. You're booked out over like 2 months or something. That's absolutely amazing. Like, did you ever think you would be like, if you would have ever thought the name was a problem, did you ever think you would have the problem of being booked out 2 months?
Not at all. It was, I was concerned at first, because I didn't want that stigma of the name to essentially hurt us. But in actuality, that's what built us. A lot of people, that's their number one question. Oh, is that all you guys do is braids? No, that's what we specialize in. We offer all sorts of services. And that's when I go into the whole, cut, styles, conditioning treatments, any kind of salon service that you can think of. That's what we have to offer. And it's great because it brings in such a wide, beautiful base of clients, because so many people didn't know. And then once they do find out, they're like, oh my gosh, I would have been coming here for years. It's like, yeah, well, welcome, so.
That is awesome. And I think that is also just like another huge like lesson in branding and marketing for other people to just latch onto, because you essentially niched down, may have had some customer questions, posted the other services, I imagine, on your booking page.
Mm-hmm.
And then not only that, now your content's diversified to where like you're showing other services you offer, because now you do as well have an audience. So what, I mean, that is just a great overall story of adversity, challenge, the whole thing back to the dinner table. Like just, yeah, I just think the Beautiful Braids story is just so awesome, to the point now to, you know, like I said, where he shared like they're booked out a few months in advance and they never thought they could get there, but all they had to do was have some faith, growth mindset, and just keep moving forward.
Yes.
I just think, is there anything else you want to wrap up with?
The growth mindset is where it's at. Surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with just knowing that you're going to get to where you want to go. You just have to have faith that you're going to do it. I also want to say I appreciate you and your hard work. You definitely have helped us pave the way to get to where we're at.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
I definitely have to say that you are one of the people that has kept the light on for me in regards to making sure that I can see where I need to go, and any speed bumps that I hit along the way. You've helped me find my path, so I could definitely appreciate that and want to say thank you first and foremost. Second of all, I want to say thank you to our clients, both ones that we have now and ones that are about to come. I hope when you visit our studio, it's nothing but excellence and pure relaxation to know that you're in good hands with Beautiful Braid Studio. So thank you very much.